Hi, my name is Tharun Ramakrishnan Bhuvaneswari, and my student ID is S4188707.
Yeah, my name is Naveen Prabakaran. My student ID is 4226312. And in this presentation, I will explain the dynamic malware analysis performed for question 1 of the assignment. The objective of this task was the safety executive and analysis suspicious malware sample inside a controlled Windows virtual machine environment in order to identify malicious behavior and indicator of compromises. And to perform the analysis safely, several malware analysis tools were used, including Process Hacker, Process Monitor, Rexshot, Wireshark, and Virus Total. Each tool had a different role during the investigation. Process Monitor tracked registry and file system actively. Rexshot compared registry changes before and after execution, and Wireshark captured network traffic generated during the malware execution. And before executing the malware baseline, system information including the operating system version, hostname, IP address, username, and analysis time was collected. This step is important because it establishes the normal system state before malware execution and help identify suspicious change introduced later during the investigation. And next, the monitor environment was prepared. A baseline registry snapshot was taken using Rexshot, and a Wireshark packet capture was started before executing the malware sample. This ensured the registry modification and suspicious communication attempt could be captured from the beginning of the execution. And when it's on as showed in the figure 7, after preparing the environment, the malware sample was executed inside the virtual machine. Interestingly, no visible application window or obvious malicious message appeared after the execution. However, this does not mean that malware was harmless. Modern malware commonly attempts to operate silently in the background to avoid user detection. And as shown in figure 8, 9, and 10, the first suspicious behavior observed involved registry activity. Using process monitor, several Windows registry location accessed by the malware during execution were identified. The Windows registry shows important operating system and application settings, and malware commonly interact with the registry to gather information or modify the system behavior. It seems registry record comparison result also identified multiple registers changes after execution, including modified values and added entries. Through although some changes were related to normal window background activity, the system confirmed that the malware interaction interacted with the registry component during the execution. And over to you, Tarun.
Next process activity was investigated using Process Hacker. No clearly visible standalone malicious process remained active for long periods after execution. However, this behavior is common for stealthy malware because some samples terminate quickly or hide the activity, avoid detection. This demonstrates why multiple monitoring tools are necessary during malware analysis, as shown in Figure 12, Figure 13, and Figure 14. Network activity was analyzed using Wireshark, then captured showing DNS, TCP, HTTP, and TLS communication generated during malware execution period. This indicated that the malware attempted to communicate externally over the network. Some communication involved cloud infrastructure services because the virus machine environment itself was hosted inside the cloud. So the results needed careful interpretation. However, hidden outboard communication behavior still increased the suspicion level of the malware sample because malicious software commonly communicates with remote servers to receive instruction or transform information, as shown in Figure 15. The malware also demonstrated file system interaction during execution. Process monitor showed file query, create, and close operation associated with malware directory. These findings confirm that the malware execution successfully interacted with local system resources, even though no visible application interference appeared. As shown in Figure 16 and 17, finally, the malware sample was analyzed using VirusTotal to support critical assessment. VirusTotal reported that 31 out of 43 antivirus vendors classified the file as malicious. Different vendors identify the malicious software using labels such as Trojan, Spyware, Dropper, and InfoSealer. When many independent security vendors classify a file as malicious, it significantly increases confidence that the sample represents a serious security threat. Then, overall, the malware demonstration suspicious behavior involved registry activities, hidden background execution, network communication, and file system interaction. Although no visible ransomware message or a destructive attack were observed during execution, the combined evidence strongly suggests that the malware was dangerous. Based on all collected evidence, including the dynamic analysis findings and various total detections, the malware was classified as high critical, treated as serious cybersecurity threat. Thank you.
Thank you.